excited to have you guys with us. My name is Jenny. We're going to get into more about me in a little bit, but first I really want to go over our mission statement. So you guys can know what the mission is of our Sisterhood Reign, why you join the call, what we're all about. So our mission is to help women elevate by owning our crown in identity, creativity, and power to build fulfilling lifestyles through passions. We uplift through our mind, body, and soul. So what our mission is it's our purpose. It's what we as Queen leaders strive to do every single day for our sisterhood. So I actually joined the sisterhood about 3 years ago, which is crazy for me to think because who I was in that season is completely different. I was lost, I was broken, I was hurting, I was depressed. I didn't know who I was. And when I met Amanda, it was at an event and I didn't know her prior to this event. So if you don't know the person who invited you, it's okay. You're not the first person. But it was incredible to sit down with her and we had our one-on-one elevation call. And I just kind of went over with her, like where I was mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And I shared with her, I really wanted to partner with my body because I had been at war with my body for so long. And I got to a point where I couldn't recognize who I was in the mirror anymore. And I was so mad at myself for having let myself go. So I reluctantly got on a nutrition plan, but I'm so glad that I did because I've dropped 24 pounds from a size 16 to a size 9. And I say that because the scale is a liar, ladies. My transformation looks way more than 24 pounds. To me, it's almost an insult. But I share that to know that the scale doesn't define you. It's how you feel. And through this sisterhood, I've really had to work on mastering myself and my self-discipline. And a lot of that came through having to discipline myself to do the things I was going to say I was going to do. I struggled. I'm always the person who said like, oh, I don't have time. I don't have time. But when I looked at how I was spending my days, I was wasting so much time scrolling, watching TV. So with the help of my queen leader, Amanda, I was able to really sit down and time block how my days were going and then able to time slot things in and really create a schedule. And as I started to do that, I started to notice a difference in how I was showing up and how I was acting. And the people around me noticed that too. And that's where I figured out that through this sisterhood, I could create a side hustle that gave me some extra income. And what's so crazy right now to think about is 3 years ago, I started by just like helping family and friends around me get healthy. And this is my last week as a teacher. It's been 8 beautiful, beautiful years, but I'm now stepping aside of in the classroom teacher role. I'm still going to be teaching, but I'm stepping away from that and I'm really stepping out to take this side hustle and take it on full time because I know that it's my purpose and it's where God needs me to go in my life. And I'm not going to lie, I am so scared, but I know that this is where I'm supposed to go because of how scared I am. I'm like, you just got to do it. You got to follow it. So the next thing that we're really going to go over is in this sisterhood, we are all about integrity and holding for each other. And one way that we do that is through our declaration and our commitment statement. So what this is, our pledge and commitment statement, I call it the pinky promise. There's still the teacher down inside of me. So you know with little kids, they make a pinky promise. You cannot break that pinky promise. So what this is this is our safe space. Anything that we share or another sister shares in here stays within our group. No one's gonna go out and start bad-mouthing you to people or judging you, talking about you. This is your safe space to just be, because this is where we come together to uplift each other. So when I get to the little blank line there, you guys are just gonna say your name out loud. You'll all stay muted. You don't have to unmute. We can see your lips moving on the video so we know. So make sure you say that and say it powerfully because you get to own this pledge and commitment statement as well. So as a woman of Reign, I, Jenny, pledge to strive for excellence in my pursuit to be a strong and loving woman. I will fight to be better in all aspects of my life with help and support from the Reign family. I will be responsible to the tasks that I commit to within Reign and let my integrity show through my actions. I understand that change starts from within. I commit to proper nutrition and fitness for the health and wellness of my body. As I look in the mirror to humble myself, I will become a better support to others and always have their best interests at heart. I commit to the confidentiality of Reign and understand that the information I learn from my involvement will stay within our group. I will walk in the name of love to the best of my ability. So if you're good with that, you can show me a thumbs up, a little pinky in the air. Beautiful. So it is my great honor and privilege to be able to announce this beautiful queen. Without her, I would not be where I am. Without her, yes, I would still be stuck and unhappy. And I'm so grateful because not only has she held my hand, but she's also pulled me forward into my greatness because she's been speaking vision and life over me for the last 3 years. And I can tell you that she saw things inside of me before I saw them within myself. So let's give a big welcome to Miss Amanda Marshall.
Yay. Thank you so much, Jenny. I love you. I appreciate you. I honor you. So grateful for connections like her. You know, Jenny was absolutely somebody that I prayed for. She was a woman that when I attracted her and then I started to see her gifts and her just power come through, I knew that it was a God thing. I knew that it was the answer to the prayer that I had when I actually wrote that commitment and declaration statement 10 years ago, you know, like, because in writing that, it was about being around women that were that. But first I had to be it myself to attract it. And Jenny was absolutely that just confirmation that I was on the right track. And you're going to get to hear from a lot of powerful women on this call tonight, really that are in alignment with that as well. So what's up, y'all? I hope you're having a great week. My name is Amanda Marshall. Some of you are coming back, so welcome back. Some of you are on here for the very first time. We're so excited for you to just learn more about what we're up to. But honestly, the bigger piece that we're excited about is for you to learn more about you. Too many times people are pushing their own agendas, wanting to do something, wanting to collaborate, wanting to do this business idea and all this stuff, right? But it first starts with yourself. And one thing that I love about RAIN is although we do have goals, we do have an agenda, we do have a mission that we're powerfully standing behind. The mission that's mostly pushed for inside of RAIN is you finding the better part of you. The mission is helping women everywhere to know that you matter, that you are an incredible being that was created for purpose. And whatever lane that God has you slay in, baby girl, go and do that thing. If it's in partnering with us, if it's in locking arms with us and helping us to drive the mission of RAIN and our sisterhood and helping people get healthy and wealthy and feeling good and great, awesome. But if it's not, sis, go with your bad self and do the things that you're supposed to do in your life because only you can do it at the end of the day. So again, my name's Amanda Marshall. I absolutely have a heart for helping women become more. I definitely believe that we each stand better in our power when we're in unity. So a little bit about me. I am a wife. I am a bonus mom, a daughter, a sister, an entrepreneur, a leader, and a woman that's just trying to figure it out. You know, I definitely have a lot of titles and hats that I might wear, but at the end of the day, ladies, 100% in transparency, I'm just trying to figure it out like you. I'm just trying to be the best that I can be in whatever life throws at me. And so as I go into this topic, I want you to know just from my vulnerable self is that I'm still trying to figure it out with you. Yes, I have tips. Yes, I can lay out the red carpet that I walked on. I will never preach something that I personally haven't strived towards. However, in striving towards it, nobody's perfect. And I will never carry the hat of perfection. And just being completely transparent and vulnerable in sharing about tonight's topic that, you know, I'm still learning how to master myself every single day. And I can tell you, the more that I master myself, the more that I learn that I have so much more to master. So it's like an ongoing forever thing. I first needed to learn how to master myself through nutrition. So that's really where it started for me. I didn't realize the power of partnering with my body. I didn't really realize the importance of taking care of me in order to be the best me. I thought nutrition and fitness was, you know, what positive people did, and working out wasn't really for me. I loved my taquitos and burritos. I didn't want to run a mile if I didn't feel like it. I just had my own way of living 7 years ago. But I can tell you that I learned that there was an untapped power, an untapped territory in me, in the woman that I could be, because I neglected and I failed to take care of myself through nutrition and fitness. And so when I started my nutrition plan, it was solely to be better. It was solely to help my mom lose weight, feel better. I ended up losing 23 pounds in 2.5 months, gained 27 pounds now. So really just sculpting my body to how I want it to be. And although those things are important, they're not my super passion. I believe that it's important to value nutrition and fitness as a core value in your life because it helps you be in partnership with you. but I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm like the best, most enthusiastic about eating healthy and working out. That just would be lying. So, I'm really about you becoming your best you. And in order for you to become your best you and for you to believe me, I get to decide to become my best me. As I already said, I am a wife. So there's my incredible husband, Izzy. I can tell you he is my blessing. So grateful for all that he is for me. So enough about me. Let's talk about you. So tonight we're talking about mastering you. I know one thing for sure. If you can learn self-control, you can master anything. Anything in the world can be mastered if you can work on you. And a lot of times we point the finger, we want other people to take the responsibility for why we're not where we need to be or why we're not happy. But at the end of the day, this call is really about you and you. Have you really worked on mastering yourself? At the end of the day, how can you master yourself if you don't fully embrace everything that you are? So as always, the foundation of this is self-love. You have to choose to love yourself. You have to choose to accept yourself. You have to choose to forgive yourself. And I know that's not always easy. But when you choose to fully embrace everything you are and let go of everything that you're not, let go of everything that you were, and stop attaching yourself to your past mistakes or your past life or your past way, and you choose to embrace where you are today, then you add value to others. Then you're able to actually shift an atmosphere because you're in it. Some of us do that unknowingly, but it's such a key part to mastering you. How will you ever be able to master you if you don't believe that you're worth investing in? So it's a self-worth conversation. It's about knowing that you're worthy. It's about knowing that you can be the best you and that you matter. If you don't believe that, then why even waste the energy on mastering yourself? Why would it even be something of importance if you don't truly believe that you're worth it? And so take a little bit of time to think about your self-love. Obviously, you being on this call tonight says that you're striving for something more, that you want to become, that you want to grow, that you want to accept, embrace, and let go of what you are and what you're not. Here at Rain, we want to cut you wide open. And we don't want to cut you wide open to expose you only to expose you. We want to cut you wide open to expose you to heal. To heal so that you can be whole, so that you could step into power and purpose because you have one. For me personally, I always try to be what I thought other people wanted me to be. I was the woman that I thought that man that I wanted to love me so much wanted me to be. And I was so good at being who he thought I should be that I lost who I was. I lost who I was. And after I got the title of, being worthy of him saying he'd marry me, it never happened because I'm the runaway engagement girl until I got it right. But I waited for him to deem me worthy enough to accept me as his wife, to then finally look in the mirror and realize that I wasn't being honest with myself. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you get, your job, your man, anybody who you make happy. Where are my people pleasers at? Let's just keep it 100. When we are being for other people and not being for ourselves, even if you make them happy, you won't be. We should never sacrifice our happiness for another person. Yes, I definitely get the importance of serving, and sometimes inside of our ministries, we do sacrifice the little happy things, right? But that joy down on the inside that only God can bring is only going to come when you fully embrace, accept yourself, and choose yourself. I used to think this conversation was selfish. I used to think this conversation was one that, only an arrogant person that didn't have a heart would be in. But I learned that that's what kept me from really, truly walking in the fullness of everything God created for me. Because once I was able to embrace his will for my life and the things that he had for me, then I was finally able to let go of the things that weren't, so I can powerfully take on the things that are. And I know that's what's helped me to become the wife that I am today. It started with me loving, embracing, and not accepting anything that wasn't of God's plan for me. So how are you holding for you? How are you holding the standards for your life? Are you okay with being that man just because he's good? Or are you truly seeking God's best and you're unwilling to let go of the good for great? Because God has a plan that's bigger than anything we can ask or imagine. But unless we're willing to get out of our own way, we will continue to hold on to things that aren't for us, wondering why we're not happy. But only if he would, but only if my bank account looked like, but only if the job was this. You're holding on to something that's not for you, but God has something so great for you. Embrace, surrender at the same time. Surrendering has absolutely helped me to find a way to master myself. Surrendering has been a big piece in my personal development and growth. It's very, very important that we realize that. You get to learn more about your fears and insecurities and choose to work on them. You can't just keep turning a blind eye, putting a Band-Aid over the things that we need to heal from. Sis, they're there no matter what. Mastering you comes with getting to know you, getting to fall in love with who you are. And we talked about this in self-love with forgiveness, but there's things in our closet that have created fears and insecurities that are actually preventing us from really mastering ourselves. We're trying to mask ourselves. So you're never going to be able to master yourself until you unmask yourself. If that's not a word for somebody, I know it was for me, because I used to be that woman. I used to be that woman that was just trying to have it all together, but I don't have it all together. I'll be really, really transparent with you. I got an incredible husband who's absolutely amazing, but I'll tell you right now that marriage, although it's a promise, it's not the promised land, baby girl. You will still have to sacrifice. You will still need to learn how to get up early enough to get your work done if you want to be a boss woman, so you can satisfy your husband as well. There are things that we have to take on that are beyond just, oh, it looks good and it's cute. Baby girl, are you really ready to be a wife? Are you really ready? Because it's about mastering yourself, and it's something that I'm still struggling in, but I'm going to tell you right now, I will get up every single day and strive to be better. I will get up every single day and be clear that I have God who's down on the inside me. That's my strength when I am weak. I run an organization. I have a powerful group of women that I get to lead, and sometimes it gets a little overwhelming. Sometimes I have to sit down and woo-saw and ask God to help me, but I'm going to tell you, you're never going to get there if you can't get up out of bed. Where's your self-discipline to get yourself up out of bed on time? I can tell you right now that the sleep monsters, we will call them, because they are real out there, who has that lazy spirit where they just keep you in bed. Well, they knew my power. The enemy knew my power. So whether it was him or it was something else, it would try to keep me in bed because it knew that I was about to dominate when I was up. And that's some of you too. You're letting sleep get in the way of you reaching your dreams. You're letting sleep, just idle time. You know that when you're in an idle space, that's the devil's playground. When you're in an idle time where you don't really have anything going on, but you're trying to do something, well, the enemy gets to get all caught up in drifting your mind to anywhere he wants it to be. We have to be intentional, ladies. We have to be intentional about our growth. We have to be intentional about our power. We have to be intentional about mastering ourselves. Trust me, it's not going to just come naturally. It won't come naturally, period. At the end of the day, every single thing that we want in life has to be worked for. We have to strive to be better every single day. It's not something that's just going to come easy. It's not something that's just going to be able to come and you just think that it's so, okay, it's here, I'm ready now. No, you have to be intentional. How are you showing up as a friend? This was something that I was real good at not doing. I'll give you a good word, but baby girl, you ain't getting too close to me because I have a lot of trust issues. I'm going to go ahead and keep people at a surface level. But then when I started to learn that I wasn't the best friend that I was praying for, I started to learn how to be a better friend, how to make sure that I had healthy boundaries. I can't please everyone, but I know that the people who matter deserve my time, my effort, my energy, and my intention. And even though I'm still working on myself and being better than in this, you guys, I can honestly say with everything that I love that I strive to be better every day. When somebody gives me feedback, my girl Candy hit me up recently like, hey girl, you need to step up your game. I was like, okay girl, but you don't know that's all that I'm holding on my plate, but I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze a little room in here and make sure that I step up my game. Haven't you been receiving more messages from me, Candy? Haven't you been receiving more love from me? It's about being intentional, not about taking it personally and saying, oh, let me just go ahead and just retreat and how dare her tell me no. When your queen tells you to rise up, rise up. Many of us want to be a boss woman, but we can't even master getting out of bed. Let's keep it 100. You want to run a business, and I'm not trying to get all uncomfortable on you, but I'm just trying to speak to a woman who knows she's a queen to rise. I want to make you uncomfortable so that you can look at yourself in the mirror tonight and decide that you're going to choose better for yourself, because at the end of the day, it's between you and you. I don't care if you have a husband. I don't care if you have a kid. I don't care how many best friends you have around you. If you don't rise for you, if you don't elevate for you, nothing else matters. I consistently talk to myself, hype myself up, remind myself of who I am, whose I am, and the power that's down on the inside of me. And it's not that I have it all together, but I'm working towards something. I'm striving towards something. And sometimes I have to beat the enemy in my head that's telling me that I'm a procrastinator and that I'm lazy and that I'm deemed for the way that I grew up because of the cards that I was dealt. I'm one of the first people to have graduated within my family. And that's high school. So people are like, hey girl, did you go to college? I know you went to college. Baby girl, there wasn't even an opportunity for me to go to college. The conversation wasn't there. We didn't have the conversation. Not poor me. That means I get to, instead of saying, why me, I stand up and say, try me. I'm going to beast in my lane. Just because I didn't go to college doesn't mean that I have anything to hold me back. And the same is things for you. Stop allowing the things that happen in life to dictate where you're going. The past is over and it does not determine your future. You get to decide where you're going to go. From this point forward, it really doesn't matter what even happened 5 minutes ago. Who are you going to be and who are you going to rise to be now? How are you going to be better, sis? And this right here, this conversation is going to go away. You will be alone with yourself again. You will have those nights where you doubt yourself again, but are you going to allow your faith to cover your doubt and continue to push forward? Are you going to allow your alignment and your obedience to accelerate your blessings? Or are you going to continue to allow yourself to have excuses for why you're not where you want to be? It's so important we really think about that. And we're 100 with ourselves. I have wanted to be a boss woman for so long, but honestly, I wasn't ever able to get there until I was honestly true with myself, 100 with myself. It didn't matter how many walls I put up, how hard I was, how whatever I thought it looked like to be this powerful woman. It was about being honest with myself so much to the point to where it's uncomfortable. I started to have to realize my weaknesses so that I could be honest about the help that I needed or about the things that I was really going to work on. And sometimes in mastering ourselves, that's what it really is about. It's about you truly getting to know you so much that you can then grow. What boundaries do you set? What boundaries do you set for yourself to be bold? Are you wavering in your boundaries? Do you allow loneliness to stop you from the values that you seek? Do you value your body or do you allow any man to get up in there? Let's just keep it 100. I know I have. I have allowed a man to take over. I have definitely allowed a man to make me let go of my values and morals for a temporary satisfaction. But not anymore. It was about me starting to see the things that I was allowing my energy to get involved with. I can tell you right now, I come from a lineage of toxicity. Anybody else? Dysfunctional families? Yeah, definitely. And so there was an addiction that I had. I had to learn how to let go of the addiction that I felt that I needed in order to really step into my greatness. I don't know what it is for you, but there's something in your life that you are allowing to lower your standard. And honestly, this is how we train people to treat us. When you love you, those healthy boundaries automatically come up because you're like, look, I can't do this anymore. I used to be a powerless person in having to fix everything for everyone. So I was like the go-to person that people called to fix issues within my family, even my friendships. But it got to a certain place where I had to really, truly step into my greatness and allow people to fix their own problems. So extremely important. When you love you, everything else will fall into place just the way it's supposed to. It's like this magical thing that just happens. And honestly, ladies, I don't really know what it is, but all that I do know is once I started protecting my peace, once I started to protect my energy, once I started to protect my gifts, stop telling everybody my vision because some people want to see you win, but others don't. I started to learn that not everybody in my circle was for me, that some people were actually coming up against me. But you know what? It doesn't matter what they want to do because when God is for you, Nothing can stand up against you. So there was this like fight in me to consistently get up again, be bold, set healthy boundaries, decide what I was going to accept in my life. Stop being the 3 a.m. booty call. Stop accepting the low conversations that I knew were just so low. They didn't even entice my spirit. I need fruitful conversations. I couldn't hang out with my girls and gossip anymore. There was a shift in the way that I was being because of who I was becoming. But you're never going to fully become until you stop doing the things you did. How can we want change, but we don't want to be the change? We say we want more, but we're unwilling to change. You can't get something different if you keep doing everything that you've been doing. That's the definition of insanity. You can't expect different results if you keep doing the same dang thing over and over and over again and wonder why you're not getting what you want in life. So ladies, I want to give you some practical tools, because we can sit here all day and trust me, I can go in about the importance of mastering yourself and choosing to master yourself and all these things. But when it really comes down to it, do we really know what that means? Do we truly even know what it looks like to truly master yourself? So let's talk about a Diamond Morning Challenge. This is an incredible way to have a power hour in the morning before you start meeting the demands of all of the life that's before you, to start to truly take care of you first. We say take care of you first, but I'm not talking about getting your hair did, nails did, and you fancy all of a sudden, right? I'm not talking about that kind of take care of yourself. It doesn't matter. The skin line that I use is so amazing and bomb, and I could give it to you, but the skin line and the nails and the hair and all of that are exterior things that don't really add substance to my soul. I truly don't believe that there is anything more powerful than a woman who's on a mission that has values and morals and substance on the inside. You know how many women I see on Instagram that are bomb? Baby girl, they are bomb. They got the booty, they got the abs, they look amazing, they got the bomb face, everything's amazing. And then when I look at their like captions, I'm like, she has zero respect for herself. She's talking all kind of crazy, cuss words like crazy. I'm still working on my mouth. I'm not a saint. But I definitely, there's energy in that. You're hollow, baby. What's inside of you? Is there anything inside of you? If I knock on you, is there anything in there? Are you worthy of anything? If I squeeze you, what's going to come out? You squeeze a lemon, you know what you're going to get. But if we squeeze you, what are we going to get? Who are you under pressure? Who are you being in this world? What value are you adding to your conversations? How are you being different? Because it's okay to be ordinary. People gossip all day long. People judge others all day long. People want to be you get what I'm saying, all day long. We want to be vixens. We want to be sexy, cool, abs, booty. What's really down on the inside of you? Because there's something very magical there. You are a powerful being. And unless you know that, you will continue to follow the ways of the world. And I'm not knocking the ways of the world. I used to be a model and I loved that side of my life. I still love the camera. You all put a camera in front of me, trust me, I got poses for days. I love makeup. I love getting ready. I do my nails all the time. I was dying in the quarantine. So don't think that I'm shaming it. I'm just keeping it 100 on what else is there to you outside of those things. What else is down on the inside of you? Are you somebody that will change somebody's life for the better just because you're in it? You will if you decide to embrace you, because you have everything you need. There's not money. There's not a boob job, a booty job, anything that you need that you don't already have to be everything you were created for. You don't need more money. You might need more money to finish the book. I get that. I'm doing it too. However, you have the tools that you need to get whatever you need to get to be able to find the resources to open the doors for the life that you need. So here are some things that have really, really helped me to master myself. A Diamond Morning Challenge is basically an hour in the morning that you decide to get up before meeting the demands of the day. Do not scroll when you first wake up. Do not start answering emails. Don't start answering messages. Like, find time to wake up on time, to center yourself. For me, this is prayer and meditation. I have my breakfast, my shake, tabs, and tea. This is something that keeps me going. Trust me, I'm drinking that good tea right now. It is definitely a blessing. I do a mini workout that literally takes 5 minutes. I'll do 25 sit-ups, 25 push-ups, 1 minute plank, and 25 squats. Literally like 4 minutes. right? I'll listen to some PD, some Eric Thomas, some Trent Shelton, some Les Brown. Let me go ahead and get Lisa Nichols in there. I absolutely love so many different people. Sometimes I'll just put something in. Will Smith's got some good stuff on YouTube. I'll get something to really get me going in my workout. Eric Thomas is my favorite because he makes me feel like I could be a beast, right? And then visualization. I'll visualize where my life is going, where I want to be, where I want to take my family. Because where people perish is when they don't have any vision, right? So people perish when we don't have vision. We get to have vision. I ask God to give me vision. What's your plan? What's your vision for my life, God? And help me today to take the steps that I need right now to conquer that thing. Right. So I spend about 5-10 minutes doing that. I think about our nutrition club that Jenny and I are opening up. It's actually, I'm just going to call it our space, our facility, because it's about to be fire. Okay. We're going to have a place to work out. We're going to have a place to do rain meetings, rain events, workshops, open mic nights. We're going to have karaoke in there. We will be open in the nighttime, in the daytime. People can come get healthy shakes and teas. We got these donuts that Jenny's doing, like visualization. What does it look like? How does it feel? What does it smell like when people enter our building? How do people leave? How do they feel when they leave? Like, really think about that. Whatever your dream is, taste it. Get so clear on what you want and leave room for God to work. All right, I do a gratitude journal. So I write every day in my gratitude journal about the things that I love. I usually take about 5 minutes to do that. And then I get ready. I do my skin line because I got to take care of me. I'm 33 years old, y'all. So I got to make sure that, I stay looking good. And then, getting out of the door on time when I worked in corporate America was a very important thing. I don't know if you work in corporate America. I know that we're in the quarantine, but maybe getting to your desk on time, like ready. There's a different energy that you're going to operate with when you had an hour taking care of you before you start taking care of the kids, taking care of the job. And so I'm so excited for us to continue to grow, ladies. And I really want you to hear from some powerful women that are on the call tonight. So really amazing who we get to become and as we continue to strive. I heard there was some issues. I'm trying to multitask with somebody who was kicked off the call. I'm hoping she's here because she's my friend of over 15 years, has been a woman that's helped to see me grow and has held for me, but has learned how to master herself. Just been such a powerful piece to everything we do here at Reign. So please give it up for Raquel. Are you on, sis?
Yes, thank
Awesome.
you. I'm so grateful for Amanda. She's she's a light in my world for sure. She holds for me and she's held for me for so many years. So hi ladies, as she said, my name is Raquel. And yeah, I had some technical difficulties. The evil didn't want me to come in here and speak, but it's fine. It's all good. So grateful to be here. So amazing to see all your beautiful faces. When I first came into this community, I was somebody who I've always settled for less. So let me just start with that. I've always felt like I wasn't enough, and it wasn't really until I invested in myself and I started to pour into my own cup that I started to see differently, myself in a different light. I've have so many hats. I work a full-time job. I have 2 beautiful children that you get to see in those pictures that are my favorite pictures, and they're getting older, and I am my own boss. I have my own business. I have my own dreams. And with all of that comes a lot of responsibility. And sometimes it's easier to use those responsibilities as excuses and why you're held back, or why you don't do things a certain way, or why you don't put yourself first. So that's the first one that I've always done. It's like, well, my kids come first. Not really. Technically, you come first. Otherwise, if you don't take care of you, who's going to take care of your kids, right? So that was something I had to fight through. And I'm grateful for this group because it was like unmasking those things and really seeing myself in a mirror and realizing that I was using my purpose as my excuse. My kids were the reason why I wanted to do better and become better, yet I allowed them to hold me back. And once I took that off the table, it was like, no, I get to show up for myself. I get to be on my nutrition plan. I get to have some amazing results, which I was able to get down to 52 pounds in my nutrition plan. And I did all those things to show up better for them, to have energy to play with them at the park, to feel good about myself, to go swimming with my kids and wear a 2-piece, things like that, little things in everyday life that matter so much. And now I've become better at just mastering my day, blocking time, something we use called time blocking. I schedule my day. I make sure I wake up at a certain time. I spend time with myself before I get to work, because I work from home. So I get to just move from one room to another room. But, you know, with all that, I'm building my own business with the support of these women. And I'm just super grateful to be a part of this. And thank you guys for listening to my story.
Yes, thank you so much, Raquel. I just love how she shares from her heart and she just brings so much passion every time she talks. So thank you, Raquel. Hey, ladies, my name is Sarah. I have been a queen leader as a part of this community for 2 years now. And really my journey started for, like it did for a lot of women, where you get to a point where you have two decisions to make, where you can go the other route to like make yourself better and to improve yourself in all areas of your life, or you can go the other route, which is really staying the same. And so I chose to better myself by first, you know, working on my nutrition, my physical health, because I knew that was going to be the starting point of me bettering myself in so many different areas of my life. And so I got started on my nutrition plan. And I've been that for 3 years now. And in my first 90 days, I dropped 22 pounds, ladies. And that was just the start. That really opened up my opportunity for me to help and to reach so many different queens. And it's been a blessing ever since. And for me, like, this really allowed me to not only figure out ways of mastering my own self and who I am, but it's also given me the opportunity to show queens the same, to be able to do the same thing as well. It was at one point where I was going to school full time. I was still working full time. I had my internship. I'm, you know, also a queen leader and helping other women. So coaching and doing all these things. And so it was just a point where I was just like doing literally like 6 different things at once. And I had to either, you know, figure out a way to like master myself and what it is that I wanted, small portion of my day, so that I can be powerful in all those areas of my life. And once I did that, I was able to show other queens to do the same as well. And so I have women that I'm helping who are moms, who are young professionals, who are students, who are in just so many different walks of their lives. And so being able to just show them what I did, but still make an income, an extra income out of it, has been so powerful. And I love what I get to do every single day, ladies. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. So, do you have like that friend that makes you laugh so hard that like your stomach hurts and your abs hurt and you cry and you really can't breathe and everyone's looking at you like, what's so freaking funny, and you can't really talk? Well, that's what Sarah does for me. We laugh so hard together all the time and it's absolutely amazing. I love her. But my name is Candy and I get to share on the topic that we just talked about today, but I honestly just really want to like touch on what Amanda said earlier about how I was feeling and like came to her. And after I got off the phone with her, I'm sitting there thinking like, yo, this girl, I miss this girl so much that I'm overhearing my feelings. This girl, I didn't know her 3 years ago, met her, meshed. It was awesome. She helped me to get bomb results, gain 20 pounds of healthy weight. She showed me how to make more money. She introduced me to all of my beautiful sisters and my cousin that you're going to meet later. And she helped me to figure out how to time block and how to do the diamond challenge. So I am just ever so grateful for this opportunity to be in this sisterhood and learn all of these great things, because I've grown from it, you know. And like I said, I missed her so much that I felt a type of way, but because of this sisterhood and because of all the things that we learned, I knew that I had to check myself. I had to really think if I was being a good friend. Am I really like letting my abandonment issues come in the way of our friendship, you know? And also know that like the enemy doesn't want powerful things to come together and make an impact. So I'm just so thankful that I get to be here and I get to share with you guys, and you get to hear and listen to all the lessons that I've gained over the past. And yeah, have a good day. Here's my cousin.
Oh. A little shift. Hi, ladies. That's my cousin. You know, she's my corn bae. Like, why you always with Candace? You got to select few people you can hang out with, right? Without risking it all. So that's her. My name's Kelvana, or Kels. I have been a part of Brain since the beginning of Reign. When Amanda was talking about wearing a lot of hats, I'm not a wife, but I am like a full-time elementary school teacher. Today was my last day for the school year. I'm a part of a sorority. I'm a part of Reign. I help facilitate the gym that we're in partnership with. So I wear a lot of hats like a lot of women do. And I think that mastering myself, it's literally, I feel like a choice every day. Like it's a decision that you have to make every day, because days and months and weeks can pass by so quickly. And it's like, are you living like in your purpose? Are you accomplishing goals that you have set for yourself? And Candace has forced me to time block. This was probably like 2 weeks ago, literally forced me to time block and asked for me to take a picture and send it to her. But it's like amazing to be a part of this community where you have women like that around you that will help you level up, because it's like, we're already able to accomplish so much when we're not even operating in our full capacity. And I think sometimes that's what scares us. Like or I can speak for myself, like what will happen if I go all in? You know, what will happen if I time block and if I operate every day to my full ability? Like, what will I do? You know, sometimes it's not failure that scares us, but like our massive amount of success. So, also, I'm looking at this slide of myself. So I started my nutrition plan and I'm down 30 pounds. And I would say that is a huge part of disciplining yourself. When I'm on my nutrition plan and I'm taking it one day at a time, not thinking about like the 30 pounds that I'm going to lose, but like, what am I eating for breakfast? Am I eating every 2 to 3 hours? Like making those decisions every day, then you look down the road and you're looking at pictures of yourself and you don't even know when it happened, but that's because you're so disciplined day by day. So that's my share. Thanks for listening.
All right. Hi, guys. My name is Cass. Absolutely incredible share, Kels. I get so excited when I look at your share or that slide of you with your jacket on. It just screams creativity to me, and it just brings out who you are. She's super dope, y'all. And hearing her talk about how she's pulling out herself, like, it's cool to see the journey throughout this sisterhood. So thank you. My name is Kasha. I have been a part of this amazing community for the amazing community of Reign for 1.5 years. But my journey started about 7 years ago, actually 8 years ago with Amanda. And at the time, I was lost in where I was. I was looking for something new. I just really wanted to connect with women. I didn't have that connection. You know, as we went through these calls these last couple of weeks, I realized I was somebody that, you know, lived in one state with one parent for half the school year, then moved out of the state. So I never made deep connections. I have nothing but brothers. So women were something that I was thriving to make friends with, but didn't trust. And this group has really allowed me to come to terms with that and also build and grow within that. But with doing that, with wanting that community, I actually started my nutrition plan and I went down 20 pounds in my first 2 months. I went from a size 13 down to a size 2, decided to put on some healthy weight and switched it up and actually got, you know, the booty back and the thighs back and all that. So it's all there. But I'm so thankful for this community. I was just talking with Amanda last week, and, you know, who would think that searching for yourself and trying to find who you yourself would bring you something, right? Like, I would say I'm a really good master of time. I'm a really good master of corporate America, things like that. I have a lot of structure in my life. I'm maybe too structured. I might drive people crazy with it. It's okay. Y'all can laugh and smile. But with that being said, I tend to not structure what I want to do, right? So this opportunity has allowed me to say, hey, Cass, do something for yourself. And with that, I've been able to build a business. I've been able to pour back into my friends and my family. I've been able to lock arms with other women. And, you know, I just got a new car in March, and I'm like, I have a 6-figure income, but I also have a master's that I pay over $1,000 in school loans a month. Who can say that they can pay $1,000 in school loans a month, pay their mortgage, and still go get a house? And I can't say that I do that all off of my corporate America job. Yes, I make 6 figures, but my side hustle helps me do extra things. It helps me pay for my car payment. It helps me travel the world, and I'm beyond grateful for that. So with that being said, I want to go over next steps with all of you beautiful queens, because, you know, we've had a lot of different shares, and it's really about you and growing as yourself. And we really want to make sure that we're taking you to that next level and that you're going on this journey with us. So the first step for all of you queens is to join our next sisterhood call. We have calls every Wednesday at 6:15 Pacific time, Arizona time. But the topics change. So there's something you can pull out of the topic every single week. And honestly, just like right now, we were talking, I'm like, I need to get back on that waking up right on time, not hitting the Zoom or snooze. There's something for every single one of you. And you can invite your friends. I know you have at least one person. Even think about it. You probably have 5 people that you could say they could have really helped. This call could have really helped them. You know, we're stuck in quarantine, so we're asking you to invite queens to this call with you next week, next Wednesday. The second step is, you know, we've all been on our journey, right? So what we want to do is schedule one-to-one queen elevations with the person that invited you. So with the queen leader that invited you. And we want to talk about your goals. We want to go over everything, not just simply your body goals. What are your spiritual goals? What are your mindset goals? What are you working on? Are you an entrepreneur who's trying to do something? Are you somebody that's wanting to write a book? Are you wanting to launch, you know, something? We got Jenny and Amanda talking about launching their space that's going to have donuts in it. Like, what do you want to do? So we want to schedule a one-on-one with you so we can go over those. And if you're starting your nutrition plan, joining us on our journey, that's definitely something your queen leader wants to connect with you on. And then the third step is locking arms with our vision and mission to impact women's lives by growing our sisterhood and starting your business. That's why I wanted to powerfully share, like, you might be sitting here like, I don't need a business. Yes, you do, sis. Because for me, I work 10 to 12 hours a day. That does not fill my cup. My cup is being filled by extending a hand to another person and helping a soul. And if I can bring in extra money with that, there's something powerful at the end of that, and it makes me happy. Running around like crazy, checking in on a time clock, doing things for corporate America, that doesn't fill me up, but I know running a business and being powerful in that does. And we want to invite you along on that journey with us, because that's something that every single one of us takes away from that. But that's it. So what we want you to do is reach out to the queen leader that invited you immediately after this call. Let them know where you're at. Let them know if you just want to, you know, invite some people over to the next call. Let them know who you're inviting. Be accountable in that. If you want to go over your one-on-one elevation, do that. And if you want to talk more about the business opportunity, let them know that too. Thank you, beautiful ladies, for joining. I hope all of you guys have an incredible night.